There's a mitzvah in the Torah called mitzvah ma'akeh. Ma'akeh means you build a new house, you have to make a fence for the roof, so no one should fall off, chas v'shalom. So the question is, why does it say when you build a new house, you have to build a ma'akeh? An old house also needs ma'akeh. Let's say you buy a house, it doesn't have a roof, it doesn't have a fence on the roof. You also have obligation to build a fence on this roof. And it's even though it's not a newly built house, it's an old house. And the pasuk says, so that you'll not place blood in your house if the faller falls from it. So now, let's say the guy who's supposed to fall, isn't he supposed to fall anyways? Like Hashem wanted him to fall, so it's my fault that he fell off. And also third, there's a general mitzvah. You have to guard yourself and be very careful, and that's not enough to require us to build a fence. We need a separate mitzvah in the Torah to build a fence for the roof. So he says, we said a story yesterday, right? What was the story we said yesterday? It was a story with Rishu ben Levi, right? Rishu ben Levi, he never made a neder, went against it, right? And he always kept his word. So therefore, when he would jump to the Gan Eden, God couldn't take him out because he made a neder not to leave, and Hashem said he never went against his word. I never will go against his word. So therefore, he was able to stay in Gan Eden. So the end of that story was that they let him stay, and the angel of death saw. He says, "Give me my sword." So Teshuva and Levi refused to give the sword back until a heavenly voice came and said, "Give the angel of death his sword because this is his tool for his craft. He has to do his job." So he gave him a deal. He said, "Listen, I'll give you back the sword, but you have to, you want it back? We have to negotiate. You have to give me a few things." So he said, "Okay." So Eliyahu Navi, when he brought Yeshua ben Levi to Gan Eden, he said, "Make room for Ben Levi, make room for Ben Levi." And Yeshua ben Levi found Rabbi Shimon bar Yochai. Rabbi Shimon bar Yochai was sitting on 13 thrones of gold. And Rabbi Shimon bar Yochai asked him, "Are you Ben Levi?" He said, "Yes." He says, "Did you ever see a rainbow in your days?" The Gemara Ketubot says. He said, "Yes." He said, "If so, you're not Ben Levi. You're not worthy of the announcement that I hear." He says, "Why?" He says, "Because in my days, never we saw a rainbow." Meaning, rainbow is a sign that without Hashem's promise, the world would have been destroyed. If a perfect tzaddik lives in that generation, so then why would there be a need for a rainbow? The tzaddik would protect the whole generation. So it must be that not really was it such a tzaddik that if he had a rainbow in his generation. So, but in the end, really, the Gemara says that Rishon really never saw a rainbow in his generation. He was just being humble. He was just trying to not look like such a tzaddik. So what the Rabbi Nissim again says that we have to understand this story. That many times we get very motivated. We get like on a high. That oh, I got so excited, high holidays, and I heard a nice shiur, I heard this beautiful divrei Torah, and I got very excited for Hashem. Or Chas v'shalom, the opposite, the tragedy woke us up. Somebody's relative died, and they make Teshuva. They lost money in business, and they want to make Teshuva. So what happens? We cry, we make Teshuva, we get to a very high level. But then the Yetzer Hara is not impressed. He says, "You think this is going to last? You think this is special?" And what? He says, "Wait till tomorrow, wait till the next day, wait till next week. You're going to see how I'm going to get you." And what? And he tries to always bring us down. Yeshua ben Levi, he also, quote unquote, he went up. He went to Gan Eden. And now Yetzer Hara, what does he want to do? Angel of death, what do you want? Get out. Now go back down. You can't stay here. You're not allowed to stay in this high level. You have to go back down. And what did he say? Yeshua ben Levi said, "No, I'm staying up and I'm not leaving. I'm swearing I'm not leaving." And what? The Hashem said, because he never went down from his word, he always kept his word. So now we're not going to be able to take him out. We're going to keep him here, which means that a person has to know that when you commit, how many promises we made on Rosh Hashanah, how many promises we made to Hashem Yom Kippur. We want to keep our word. If we keep our word, then Hashem's going to give us Yad D'Shmaya to stay on that level. Problem is, a lot of times we say, and then we fall off. All those people make New Year's resolution. The guy goes on a diet. The guy goes and he changes. I'm going to the gym. He buys a gym membership. 1 day, 2 days, first week, second week. Oh, I'm so sore. Oh, I woke up 1 week next. Oh, I'm so tired. Oh, it's so hard. Rabbi, where are you? I don't see you 2 weeks already. Rabbi, listen, my kid. Rabbi, listen, my work. Rabbi, oh. And he starts with excuses. Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, Slichot, excuses, no excuses. You broke yourself. You went and you did it. But now, Yetzirah said, no problem. It's okay. I'll give you Elul. I'll give you Rosh Hashanah. I'll give you a sentiment Teshuva. I know. Wait till the end of Tishrei, Hashvan. Wait till Bein Hazmanim. Wait till I'm going to get you. I'm going to make mincemeat out of you. And what? And therefore, we have to know that if you don't go against your word, the commitments you made to Hashem, don't go against it. Keep it. You'll see Yahweh Hashem says, oh, Yitzhara, he kept his word. We can't. I'm going to go and nullify his word. He himself didn't nullify his word. I'm going to go nullify your word. I can't. So therefore, that's what it means. When you build a new house, meaning you build a new house, you're trying to change your life. You're trying to make yourself holy. You're building your new spirituality for the year. What do you have to do? You have to make a fence on the roof. Ma'akeh. Protect it. Don't fall off. Don't fall off the roof. Don't fall off all these commitments you made. Make a fence. Guard yourself. Protect yourself. Know that the Yetzer Hara is going to come get you. The first week will be hard. Second week will be hard. Third week will be hard. After that, you're going to see that there's going to be this exponential results that you're going to be able to go and continue and continue and continue. It's all about sticking it through, not being crumbling. You know, a person can make any excuse in the world. There's so many excuses to make to why you didn't come, why didn't you do, why didn't you commit. And a person has to learn to overcome their excuses. If there's a will, there's a way, they say. Excuses are just a nice fancy way of saying, I didn't really want it. I didn't really want it. If you really wanted it, even though you slept 1 hour, you're going to come. A guy, let's say a guy has no money, right? And he gets a phone call in the middle of the night to go get a job. He works per commission per job. And they call him in the middle of the night, they need him for services. He's going to go. He's going to say, I slept 1 hour. My kid had fever all night, ear infection. I didn't sleep all night. I'm going to go. You know why? Because I need the money. I need it. If you realize you need Hashem and you need this commitment to work and you need your year to be different, so you're going to go even though you have 1 hour of sleep, no matter what, because you really need it, because you want it. Problem is, we don't think we need it. We don't think we really want it. And that's the problem. So therefore, that's what it means to commit to your word. To say, I do need it, I do want it. And just like as how powerful I thought I needed it, and how powerful my commitment was on Rosh Hashanah, I need to keep that going. You got to make a ma'akeh, you got to make a spiritual roof for your spiritual house you're trying to build. And there'll be days. The Baalei Musar say there'll be days where you're not so into it. You'll be days where you're very into it. And Yimei Sinah ve'Yimei Ahava, the Baalei Musar, right? There's days where you're on fire, you love Hashem. And there's days where you're like, no, okay, so we gotta go learn, okay, we gotta go to nets, and that's what we gotta do, and you gotta go in the park, and go up the stairs, put on the, yeah, okay. But that's part of pushing yourself through. You gotta eat your vegetables, and you gotta go work out even though you don't want to work out, and you gotta go to work even though you don't want to work, and you gotta go and listen to your wife even though you don't want to listen to your wife, and you gotta go a lot of things in life you don't like to do, you gotta do, because it's the right thing to do, and we need to learn to once you turn on the faucet, don't turn it off. Baruch Adonai Olam. Amen.